Namaste, myself Geetu Srikumar. Today we will learn about fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Before that, I will tell you about composite number and prime number. What is a composite number? Composite number is a number which have at least 3 factors, that is more than 2 factors. And what is prime number? Prime number is a number which have only 2 factors. Composite number and prime number. Composite number have at least 3 factors. For example, 4. Which are the factors of 4? That is, we'll get 1 into 4 is 4. Then 2 into 2 is 4. So here the factors are 1, 2 and 4. And 6. 1 into 6 is 6. 2 into 3 is 6. Now factors are 1, 2, 3, 6. What about 2? 2 is 1 into 2. So the factors are 1 and 2. 5. The only factors are 1 and 5. So this is the difference between composite and prime number. Composite number have minimum 3 factors, that is more than 2 factors. Look, 4 is the smallest composite number. It have 3 factors. Now prime number. Prime number have only 2 factors, and in that the factors are that number itself and 1. Here the factors of 2 are that number itself means 2, then 1. Here 5, that number itself means one factor is 5 and the other factor is 1. So in a prime number, it have 2 factors. One will be that number itself and the other is 1. Composite number we will have more than 2 factors. Now, in the case of 1, 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay? Now, moving to the theorem 1.2, that is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We can look what it states. That is, every composite number can be expressed as product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from the order in which prime factors occur. I will show you an example, then I will explain it. We can find the factors of 3, 2, 7, 6, 0. Now 32760 is a composite number. Here we want to prove that it can be expressed as product of primes. Let us check. The smallest prime is 2. Yes, it is divisible by 2. So 2. 2 ones are 2. Balance is 1. This became 12. 6 2s are 12. Now in 7. 3 2s are 6, balance 1. This becomes 16. 8 2s are 16. Now carry down the 0. Next, again 2 is divisible. Take the 16. This 8 2s are 16. Now in 3, 1 2s are 2, balance is 1. 18. 9 2s are 18. Carry down the 0. Again in 2. Here 4 2s are 8. In 1, 1 is not a multiple of 2. So you want to take 19 together. So before that you will put 0 here because we are not multiplying it with 1. So 0 here. Now take this 19 together. In 19, 9 2s are 18 and balance is 1 in 19. Then this becomes 10. 5 2s are 10. Now this is not divisible in 2 because the unit place is 5. So we'll check the next prime factor, that is 3. Let us check. 3 ones are 3, balance is 1 because it was 4 here. Now this is 10. 3 threes are 9, again balance is 1, 19. 6 threes are 18, balance is 1, 15. 5 threes are 15. Now again let us check 3. 4 threes are 12, balance 1. 5 threes are 15, balance 1, again 5 threes are 15. Now again 3. 1 threes are 3, balance 1. 5 threes are 15. Now is it divisible by 3? No. So we will move to the next prime number, that is 5. Let us check. Here we want to take 45 together. That is 9 5s are 45 and in 5, 1 5s are 5. 91. It is not divisible by 5 because the unit place is 1. Now the next prime number is 7. Let us check. 7. 1 7s are 7, balance 2, 7 3s are 21. This is a prime number. 13 is a prime number. So again 13 into 1. Now let us write it down. That is 32,760 is equal to, how will you write this? 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 7 into 13. This portion. This is written here. Now this is what it is said in theorem, that is a composite number can be expressed as product of primes. Here it is product of primes. And this factorization is unique. Unique means this is the only method we will get. We will get this as, how many 2's are there? 2 raised to 3 into 3 square into 5 raised to 1 into 7 into 13. This is the only way we will get while we factorize 32,760. And here unique, we are getting this unique answer because we are taking the prime numbers. That is why we are getting unique answer. If we are not factorizing it with prime numbers, the answer will not be unique. I will show you. If 8 is a composite number, if I am not factorizing it with prime numbers, I can write it as 1 into 8. It is not a prime number. Or some other will write it as 2 into 4. So this is not unique. But if you are writing as product of primes, then anybody who write the answer will be same. Because how will the answer when it is product of primes? 8 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2. So this is only the answer we will get if we are writing it in the prime factorization form. That is the term mentioned here, unique, because it is product of primes. So this is unique answer apart from the order in which prime factors occur. That is, here the order may be changed, but the answer or the powers of prime numbers is same. There will be 3 2's here, 2 3's here, only 1 5 here, 1 7 here and 1 13 here after factorization of 32,760. So again we can say once more, every composite number can be expressed as product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from the order in which prime factors occur. Next, I will tell you something in general. That is, in general, a composite number x, when we factorize it, we will get x is equal to p1 into p2 into p3 into etc. up to pn. And all these p's are primes. And in ascending order, we can say p1 less than or equal to p2, less than or equal to p3, etc. up to pn. That is, if x is a composite number, then by the theorem, we can write it as product of primes. We don't know exact numbers because we have taken a variable here. So, for primes, we can name it as P1, P2, P3, etc. So, this composite number can be expressed as product of primes like this. We don't know the exact value, so we are writing like this. The only thing is, these all are prime numbers and this will be in the ascending order. This will be written as like this: P1 less than or equal to P2 less than or equal to P3 less than or equal to P4 etc. up to less than or equal to Pn. Because for any number, the prime factorization will be 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 13 like this. Then you can see here P1 and P2. This is P1 and P2, consider it. It is either less than or equal to. Here it is equal to. But here it is not equal, it is less than. Here it is less than. Here it is less than. If it is here, then we can say this is equal to. So, the relation between P1 and P2, each primes will be less than or equal to. That is what it is mentioned here. This is the general form. If x is a composite number, it can be expressed as P1 into P2 into P3 etc. up to Pn. And the relation between all P's are P1 less than or equal to P2 less than equal to P3, like that. Now, express 140 as product of primes. The question is, express 140 as product of primes. Then you will first factorize it. 0 here, again 3 2s are 6, balance 1, 5. This is not divisible in 5. We'll check it with 3. No, it is not divisible by 3. Next is 5. Only thing is, you must start from the least prime. Okay? First, when you see 140, you may know that it is divisible by 7. But don't go to first factorize with 7. Take 2 first. It will be more easier. Otherwise, little bit confusion will be there. So, better take least powers first. After finishing all 2's, go to the next power. Sorry, prime factor, that is 3. Then after finishing 3's factorization, then you can go to 5. If there is no factor 5, you can move to the other one, 7, like that. So 140 can be written as 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. That is 2 square into 5 raised to 1 into 7 raised to 1. This is the answer of 140, which is expressed as product of primes. Now next is 3825. Here it is not divisible by 2. We'll check it by division checking method. I think you studied in 7th standard. Revise it. Now we will take 3 here. 1 3s are 3. Now in this 3 2s are 6. Balance is 2. 7 3s are 21. Balance is 1. Now 5 3s are 15. Again 3. 4 3s are 12. Now in 7, 3 2s are 6, balance 1. 5 3s are 15. Now this is not divisible in 3. You will take 5. 8 5s are 40, balance 2. 5 5s are 25. Again in 5. 1 5s are 5. 3 35. 7 5s are 15. Now 17 is prime number. So we will write like this. So 3825 can be expressed as 3 into 3 into 5 into 5 into 17. That is 3 square into 5 square into 17. This is the factorization of 3825. Now there are some more questions in the textbook. That is 5005. With same method we will get 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. Now 7429, we get 17 into 19 into 23. All are factorization with the primes. So this is what fundamental theorem of arithmetic says. Any composite number can be expressed as product of primes. Next question is, consider 4 raised to n. If n is a natural number, check whether there is any value of n for which 4 raised to n ends with the digit 0. Given 4 raised to n. And in the question, it is given n is a natural number. So n can have values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And we have to check in some value of n, the answer must end with the digit 0. That is, in some value of n, it should end with the digit 0. Units places 0. You have to check it. For that, you know the smallest number ending with the digit 0 is 10. And the factorization of 10 is 2 into 5. So, a number having 2 and 5 has the common factor, then it will end with the digit 0. Let us check here. 4 raised to n is 2 into 2, that is factorization of 4 raised to n. Here there is no 5. So, it can't end with the digit 0. It is the answer. In 4 raised to n, when we factorize, it becomes 2 into 2 whole raised to n. Here there is no 5 as a factor. So, it will never end with the digit 0. Another example. If it was 6 raised to n, again, the factorization is 2 into 3 whole raised to n. Here also no 5. Only 2 is there. We need 2 and 5. So, here there is no 5 in these two examples. So, they will never end with the digit 0. What about 15 raised to n? Factorization is 3 into 5 whole raised to n. Here there is a 5. But what about 2? There is no 2 here. So it will never end with the digit 0. A number will only end with the digit 0 if it has a factor as 2 and 5. At the same time, it must have factors 2 and 5. Not 2 only or 5 only. Both 2 and 5 should be the factor of a number. Then only it will ends with a digit in some power of n. Okay. Next is to find LCM and HCF. Find LCM and HCF of 6 and 20 by prime factorization method. The question is 6 and 20. First we have to find the prime factors of 6 and 20. 10 2s are 20. Now 5 2s are 10. Now we will write 6 is equal to 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1. 20 is equal to, how many 2s are there? 2 2s. So power is 2 into only 1 5. So 5 raised to 1. Now in the case of HCF, we have to consider only the common factor. Here the common factor is 2. So write 2 here. Now we have to take the smallest power among them. Here the smallest power is 1. So the HCF is 2. Now next, LCM. We have to consider each and every factors here. So which are the factors? 2 is there, 3 and 5. Now we have to consider the highest power of each factor. In the case of 2, the highest power is 2. So in LCM, the highest power 2. 3 is having again 1, 5 also 1. Now LCM is 60. So HCF of 6 and 20 is 2 and LCM of 6 and 20 is 60. Now we have a relation between these number and both LCM and HCF. Let us check. That is, let us multiply the given numbers in question. That is 6 into 20 is 120. Now what about product of LCM and HCF? That is again 60 into 2, 120. Both are equal. So we can generalize it as, if this is A and B, we can say A into B, that is two positive integers, is equal to HCF of AB into LCM of AB. That is what we proved here. A into B is equal to HCF of AB into LCM of AB. Both will be equal. Now we can derive some more equations from here. That is, if you want to find HCF, you can write it as A into B by LCM of AB is equal to HCF of AB. That is, from this we are taking this LCM of AB to this side, then it becomes denominator because here it is in numerator. So you get HCF of AB is equal to A into B by LCM of AB. And what about LCM of AB? Keep that LCM of AB here. And when you take HCF of AB to the other side, we get A into B by HCF of AB is equal to LCM of AB. Now we can do some problems. Find LCM and HCF and verify LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. The numbers are 510 and 92. 510, 92. We have to check this relation. So this is A, this is B. Now factorizing 510, 2, 2 2s are 4, balance 1, 5 2s are 10, balance 1, again 5 2s are 10. Now in 3, 3 8s are 24, balance 1, 5 3s are 15. Now let us take it in 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, balance 2, no it will not, multiple of 3. We will move to the other factor, that is 5. Now 1 5s are 5, balance 3, 7 5s are 35. Now this is a prime number, so Now next is 92. Again in 2. 4 2s are 8. Balance 1. 6 2s are 12. 2. 23. 23 is a prime number. So you can write 510 is equal to 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1 into 17. Now 92 is equal to, how many 2s are there? 2 2s are there. So 2 raised to 2 into 23. We have to check the LCM. LCM is equal to product of all the factors. Which are the factors here? 2 into 3 into 5 into 17 into 23. And we have to take the greatest power. So 2. That is 4 into 15 into 17 into 20. 2, 3, 4, 6, 0. And HCF. For HCF, we have to consider only common factor. Here the only common factor is 2 and its smallest power is 1. So HCF is 2. Now we have to check this relation. That is A into B. A into B means 510 into 92. Let us check here. That is A into B is equal to 46920. Now we have to check LCM of AB into HCF of AB. That is 23460 is the LCM into HCF. Again we got 46920. So this is verified here. That is product of two numbers, two positive numbers A and B will be equal to HCF of that numbers into LCM of that numbers. Now next question. Find HCF of 96 and 404 by prime factorization method. Hence find their LCM. Numbers are 96 and 404. First we have to find the HCF by prime factorization and then LCM by this method. So let us factorize it. Two, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3. Now 404 is 101 is prime. So we can write 96 is equal to 2 raised to, how many 2s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 into 3. And 404 is equal to 2 raised to 2 into 101. Now we have to find the HCF is equal to only common factor. 2 is the common factor and smallest power of the common factor. Here in 5 and 2, 2 is the common smallest power. So 2 square, that is 4 is the HCF. Now we have to find the LCM by this method. That is, first we have to find the product of this A and B. Let us find here. Into 96. This is the product. That is A into B is equal to 38784. Now LCM of AB is equal to product of two numbers, right? 38784 divided by HCF, that is 4. 9696. This is the answer. Now next, find LCM and HCF of 12, 15, 21. We have three numbers here. 12, 15, 21. We have to find the LCM and HCF. So first factorize it. 2, 6 2s are 12, 2, 3, 15, 3, 5, 21, 3, 7. So 12 is equal to 2 square into 3. 15 is equal to 3 raised to 1 into 5. 21 is equal to 3 raised to 1 into 7. LCM is all the factors here. 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. And the greatest powers, 2 square. All the others are 1 as a power. And we get LCM is 420. Now HCF, only common factor. Which is the common factor here? 3. And its smallest power. Smallest power is 1. That is 3 is the HCF. Now next, find HCF and LCM of 6, 72 and 120. 6 when we factorize we get 2 into 3. 120 we will get 2 cube into 3 raised to 1 into 5. 72 we get 2 cube into 3 square. So LCM, again all the factors here, that is 2 into 3 into 5, and its highest powers, highest power of 2 is 3, 3 is 2, 5 is 1, and multiplying we will get 360. HCF, only common factors, 2 and 3 are common factors, and their least power is 1, that is 6. This is the method to find LCM and HCF of 3 numbers. Now moving to next type of questions. Explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite number. Question is 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite number. We know from the theorem a composite number is a product of primes. Here there is addition. So we can't say it is product of primes. These are all prime numbers, but it is not product of primes. Here there is an addition. So we want to make it into product. So how will we do it? Here this is first term and this is second term, because terms are differentiated by plus and minus, addition and subtraction. So this is the first term and this is the second term. In both terms 13 is common. So taking that 13 outside of the bracket, you will get 7 into 11 into 1, this plus, and from here also we are taking 13. So balance 1. That is, when we open this, we will get this one. That is 7 into 11 into 1 into 13 means 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 into 1 means 30, like that. Now 13 into, this is 77 plus 1, that is 13 into 78. Now we will factorize 78 here. 3 2s are 6, balance 1, 9 2s are 18. Now in 3, 1 3s are 3, 3 3s are 9, and in 13, like this. That is, this 13, we take it here. And for 78, we can write as 2 into 3 into 13. Now we had made any extra change in this, but still when we do the process, we got this into product of primes. Now there is no addition. So you can find here product of primes. So you can say, according to fundamental theorem of arithmetic, as this is written as product of primes, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite number. Now moving to the other question. Prove that 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is a composite number. Explain why. Now again there is an addition here, but all the others we have to make it into prime numbers. That is 7 into 6 is 2 into 3 into 5 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. Now you can find all the prime numbers here, but only thing is there is a addition here. We have to change it. For that we have common 5 in these two terms. This total is a first term and this is second term. So taking 5 outside, 7 into 2 into 3 into 1 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus, from here also 5 is taken outside, so 1. Now this is 5 into, this answer is 1008 plus 1, that is 5 into 1009. 5 into 1009. You don't want to factorize it because this is a prime number, it is not a composite number. Now you got it as product of two prime numbers. So simply you can say this is a composite number because it can express as product of primes. It is from theorem 1.2, that is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Next is a statement problem. Sonia and Ravi are moving along a circular path. They are driving along a circular path. Sonia took 18 minutes to complete one circle and Ravi took 12 minutes. They start from the same point and at the same time. Then when will they meet at the starting point next time? That is, you have to find the minutes which they meet at the starting point. This is a circular path here. Let us assume this is the starting point. So both are starting from here. The girl is taking 18 minutes and boy took 12 minutes. We can consider some smaller number for our convenience. Let us take 4 minutes and 6 minutes. So they are starting from here. After 4 minutes, Sonia will be here. And also at 8th minute, Sonia completes second round. And 12th minute, Sonia will again be here completing her third round. If this is Ravi is taking 6 minutes. At first 6 minutes, he will reach again here at the same point. Now at the 12th minute, that is, he is taking 6 more minutes. So 12th minute, he will be here after completing his second round. So 12th minute, both are at the same starting point. That is, we found the LCM here. Like that way, we have to find the 18 and 12 LCM. Then you will get which is the next minute when Sonia and Ravi are at the starting point. 18, 2 into 3 square, 12, 2 square into 3, and the LCM is all the factors and their highest power, that is 2 is having 2 here, 3 is having 2 here. So the answer is 36. So at 36th minute, both Sonia and Ravi will be at the starting point and they meet again there at 36th minute. For these type of questions, that is when will they meet next at the same point, like that questions, we will always find LCM. You remember this example with smaller numbers, then it will be more easy. So this is all about LCM and HCF. We will move to the next topic, that is irrational numbers.